Hey Nick, how you doing?
Doing good, Josh. How are you?
Good, thanks. Kyle and Fred the other night were both saying that the communication on defense needs to get a lot better. Of course, those are quality. Communication was a quality that Mark and Serge did really well with you guys. Is that something that you're looking at the bigs, the new bigs, or the younger bigs to do more of specifically this season, or is that something that needs to get better across the board, all five guys in the court?
Oh, definitely across the board, Josh. I think that I think there's some mistakes there. I go back and watch the film. Gosh, there were so many rebounding kick out threes, rebounding putbacks. I'm a little more concerned with the missed blockouts on that. I got to do a better job of putting in position to communicate from my standpoint, right? Like the rotations and the schemes and a few things, just they need a little um, refresher on some of that stuff, and I think that'll clear a lot of it up. But I'm a little more with just some more hustle and hustle plays, 50-50 balls, defensive rebounding, etc. And communication is always way at the top of our priority list as far as if we're going to be good
Is there a
defensively. That's for
reason
sure.
that stands out as to why you guys might not be as far along defensively as you were at this time early last season? Is it simply a matter of just having as many returning guys as you had last year and maybe working in a few more newer faces this year, or is there something else to it?
Um, well, um, I think defense always starts with you know um, alertness and readiness. We've been caught not being ready a few times. Energy is also kind of next in line on that kind of stuff. Um, there's just been a few too many breakdowns, and yeah, it's just probably getting a new group, a little more in sync. I think we're moving in the right direction. Again, there was I know there was some putbacks and some open threes and a couple other driving layups that normally we would cover up. Um, we're not doing. We just got to make sure we do those little things, Josh. I think that'll go a long way. Geez, if we just cleaned up the defensive glass some, we would have taken about 17 points off the board, and I think we did a good job. And listen, the two teams I thought we played really well, right? I mean, they had a bunch of I would call league average shooters shoot way above you know what they do, and then you go watch them play the next night and they don't they don't do that again. So sometimes that's the way it goes too. That we go into a stretch where give them credit. They made some good shots too.
Gotcha. Thanks, Nick. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thanks, Josh.
Good afternoon, Nick. How are you today?
Doing good, Doug.
Good. Kyle brought up a point the other night after the game that it might be difficult to effectively use Norm and Matt Thomas on the court at the same time because of the similarities in their game. They're coming up curls, and you need to design some stuff differently when those two guys are on the court at the same time.
Oh, I don't think I'm too concerned about designing more stuff for them or concerned about redesigning things or not running the curl plays for them. Doug, I'm way more concerned with the energy level, some physicality, some attention to detail on our defensive game plan, um, than I am about any of that stuff. I really got to be. I would say that yeah, Norm hasn't got on untracked, really at all. Let's be honest, right? He hasn't shown anything since the preseason or the regular season. But I think we know he's a veteran guy for us. He's usually 15 points a game off the bench, which we need. He's again, he's one of our best scorers, a guy that can vault up and get a shot when we need one, when a shot clock's running down, things like that. But I'm more concerned with how they're playing energy wise and defensively right now.
Those two obviously are key members of that second unit. Could you see yourself expanding that second group shortly if you don't get that kind of effort you want?
Yeah, I think so, Doug. I mean, there's still a couple guys down there we haven't tried. Listen, you know, it's no, Norman historically has been really good for us, Doug, and he just again, it's not easy. I trust in his body of work. Um, Over the years that it's going to come good. He's got a much longer leash because he's done it before, and he's done it in high level games, and he's done it at a high level. Um, and I've got to play that out, continue to play that out um, until he gets untracked. I mean, I don't. These aren't certainly excuses or anything, but it's some guys are a little unsettled, and it was a quick preseason, and there's all kinds of little things that may be affecting a guy or two, but again, really believe in Norman Powell's ability and talent, and get him out there and keep him going. I'm sure he's gonna give us one of those 20-point nights and a good solid defensive performance one of these nights.
I just want to go back to one quickly follow up. You talked about body of work. How important is that to you as a coach, knowing what a bunch of guys can do? Not specifically Norm, but riding guys like OG out and the different kind of fellows. How important is that as a coach?
Well, I think you kind of know what you're dealing with there, Doug, right? And I think that both the games we've played, the margin for the games have been kind of right there, a little back and forth. Margin for error is pretty slim either way. Um, to get a couple newer guys' feet wet yet. I think you gotta again give these guys the utmost look, um, and then filter in these guys. These other guys are going to get a chance. It's just a matter of when we're going to need them, and we're trying to get them ready to go for that opportunity.
Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it. Have a good day there.
See you, Doug.
Hey, Coach. I was just wondering if you got a chance to see the end of that Pacers game last night and what Coach Nate drew up there for the final possession.
I sure did. That play is a gift that keeps on giving. So it was good. It was good. It was good. Hell of a composure by him, and a good draw up, and a play you've probably seen us run before.
I know this is a little off topic, but I know we talked a lot about your relationship with Nate when he got that job. But how exciting and rewarding is it for you to see him get off to such a good start and hear some of the comments from Pacers guys about how he's fitting in there?
Oh no, it's great. Listen, I mean, you guys know we're really close. The best of friends, and you also know we spent a lot of time together, kind of conjuring up some of those things and trying them out over the years in a lot of different small towns across America. And no, I'm really. I mean, I don't want to sit here and say I'm proud of him because I don't sit. He's a really good coach. He's a really good leader. I'm not surprised that he got the job and he's succeeding in it. He's always done well.
Cool. Thanks so much, Coach.
You're welcome. Hi, Steven.
Hey, Coach. What's going on?
Not much, man.
You mentioned energy a few times, and I was just wondering, what do you need to do as a coach to maybe help spark it, and what do you need to see from the players to kind of up that energy level?
Well, I don't want to sit here and say we haven't played with great energy. Like I'm specifically referring to, we do make it a point to talk about it with our guys coming off the bench, right? Like they've got to hit the game, on with the pedal down, man, and you know what I mean, like, and they've got to be able to sustain it. The stints are fairly short, right? And it's not going to be 35, 40 minutes. It's going to be, 15 to 22 or something like that. And just constant energy plays from those guys, loose balls, long rebounds, cutting with some pace on offense and those kind of things. So that's mainly what I'm, and again, I'm going to add one more time. They've got to execute the defensive scheme. Like always, no passes or mistakes there.
Obviously, Philly tomorrow. I believe it's not entirely sure, but I believe Embiid will play. And obviously, you guys have had success against him in the past, but it's different personnel now. But can you kind of apply similar concepts with Aaron and Chris and Alex to your defensive scheme as you did with Serge and Mark, like against Embiid?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've always kind of attacked Embiid with a two guy platoon, right? And differed coverages depending on whether Mark or Serge was guarding them. It may be two guys, maybe we get our first glimpse of Alex tomorrow. I don't think it's a matchup for Chris, right? So if you know, however the game's going, it may be a stint where Alex comes in and uses his size against him tomorrow, and we'll find a good matchup for Chris as well.
Great. Thanks so much, Coach.
Yeah, thanks, Stephen. See ya.
Just to stick with the bigs, how would you describe what Chris Boucher has given you guys through the first two games?
Well, I think they've both been excellent, right? I don't think we could expect much more from both Aaron and Chris. So I hope they can. Again, it's about consistency and continue to do it. I think listen, we want them to play hard, and we want them to defend their position. We want them to protect the rim, rebound, screen, and then everything else they give us is kind of icing on the cake. But I've been impressed with a lot of their around the basket scoring because they're in the right spots. They're getting dump off some hard driving guards, and they're finishing good. No, they've been good. Let's hope they can keep going.
All right, thanks a lot, Nick.
Yep. See you, Chris. See you, everybody.